Hey everybody, so as you know, I promised to do a sort of tutorial line, a series based on the James Bond movies. And I said that I was going to be going chronologically, and I am keeping my promise. So the very first movie, obviously, from MGM and United Artists, which is the production company that does the James Bond films, is Dr. No. I know Casino Royale is technically the very beginning of the Bond series, but it was not the first Bond movie released. So, this is the Honey Ryder, Ursula Andress, Dr. No look. She was the Bond girl in that particular James Bond film. Obviously, I'll be going through all of them. If you have any recommendations, or if there are other characters, i.e. because sometimes there have been not necessarily two Bond girls, but, maybe a villain or something of that nature. If you want to see something like that as well, just leave a comment below, and I will do my best to come up with something for that. So I hope you guys enjoy. the first step for the eye look is obviously priming. I'm using my Urban Decay Primer Potion, the original one, just because this one's going to have the most sort of sheer look. I don't want anything shimmery because I went with a really dewy face look. So I wanted to go with more of a matte eye so that it wasn't super overwhelming. And of course the second step is I'm going to set my primer with some setting powder. As usual, you don't have to do this. If you have oily eyelids, I always recommend this. And I think it just makes your eyeshadow last even longer than if you were just using a primer. So, the next thing I'm going to use is I'm going to be using my Urban Decay Naked Basics palette. Now, I'm not going to be using, obviously, all the colors in here because there are 6 colors. I'm going to be using Venus for highlight, which is somewhat shimmery, but that's alright. Walk of Shame, which is more of a flesh tone color. Naked 2 for my crease, and Faint for my outer corner and for my lower liner. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be taking just a regular eyeshadow brush, a nice fluffy one. Most of the brushes that I'm using are from my Coastal Scents brush kit, the Pro Kit, but I'm just going to put this on my eyelid all the way up into the crease, just so that it blends a little easier. And I mean, it's not super noticeable, but if you notice the makeup that was used in the movie, it was very neutral, very nude makeup, so that's kind of what I went with. So I'm just going to take my angled crease brush, and I'm going to take Naked 2 now, and I'm just going to sort of define my outer corner, and then I'm just going to sweep it into the crease. And if you're looking for a natural crease like I am, and you're just not as familiar with it, what I suggest you do is you keep your eye open and move your brush through your natural crease, and that'll keep it looking nice and natural looking. So the second thing I'm going to do with my crease is actually I'm just going to take a regular old fluffy crease brush, nothing fancy. This is one from my Sephora set, but I mean, you could use any fluffy crease brush really. And I'm just going to work that in, blend it out a little bit. And then I'm going to go and work on my highlights. So obviously in Venus, and I'm just going to take a pencil brush, a small pencil brush, because I don't want anything too big. And first I'm going to do under my brow. And also my inner corner, blending up. Okay. And finally I'm going to take a bigger, fluffier pencil brush, and I'm going to take Faint. I'm definitely going to knock off the excess on this one because I don't want it too dark. And I'm going to start working on my outer V. And you can also get your fingers in there, help blend it, or you can use a fluffy crease brush as well. Just because sometimes, I know for me, sometimes I have problems doing the outer V, getting it looking nice and blended. It sometimes looks like it just stops. So that looks pretty good to me. That looks pretty even. And then I'm just going to take a really, really small liner brush. You could also technically call this a lip brush, although I never would use it on my lips. And I'm going to take the same color, Faint, and I am just going to line it under my eyelid, my lower lid. up until I get to where Venus started in my inner corner. Okay? And if you notice that your highlight isn't standing out as much, this is a really good opportunity to go back and just touch it up, fix it, make it stand out a little more. Because what it's going to help do is make your eyes look more open, which is the same as the next step, which is doing my waterline. And I'm going to take the Cargo Reverse Lip Liner. So this is actually supposed to be a lip product. It's a lip pencil, it's a nude lip pencil, but I find it works better for the waterline. And I'm just going to apply that to my waterline. These are nice, soft, creamy pencils, so I really like them that way. And it just helps brighten your eye, make it look a little bit more open, a little bit more awake. Finally, I'm going to do a very, very thin line. Last step for eyeliner anyways. Very, very thin line. I'm using Urban Decay 24/7 in Perversion. And I'm just going to put the tiniest hint of suggestion of a wing in there. I don't want too much, because like I said, you're going for this sort of very natural look, but for me, I just like black eyeliner, so I just went with that. And I'm just going to curl my lashes. And I know my eyeliner looks really uneven, but I promise you it's not. And my bangs are getting in the way. But I'm not going to worry about that. I'll show you how to fix that in a minute, because I just got mascara on my eyelid. And a little on the lower lid, or lower lashes. And I'm just going to give the mascara that I accidentally got on my eyelid a minute to sort of set up, if you will. And I don't know if I'm going to use a brush or not for this. I think I might. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a stiff, dry brush, and you can actually sort of remove it / blend it out so that you don't notice that it's there. Okay? So final two steps are blush and lips. So for blush, I'm going to be taking Smashbox Flush, which is a very nice neutral sort of blush. It's got a little bit of shimmer to it, which will go with that sort of dewy look. And just apply it to the apples of the cheeks, blending up. You don't even need a whole lot. And finally, I'm going to take the Laura Mercier Lip Glacé in Sparkling, which is just a neutral. It's really nice. It's a really pretty color. And I'm going to apply that to my lips. Alright. So that's what it looks like. It's very neutral.